Hey, house guests, welcome to today's Big Brother 24 updates and spoilers, and happy Friday. I keep thinking that today's Saturday, and it's not. But anyway, our house guest of the day is Geneva Patterson. Thank you so much for the support. We could not do this without you, and we appreciate it so much. So thank you again. And if you guys want to be house guest of the day, we've got two of these bad boys left. So check us out on our Patreon. Link is below. And it's only $1 for a holla. So treat yourself, right? Or treat us. And before we get started, I also want to thank yesterday's super chatters because that's another fantastic way to support our channel. Sue, Norm the Cat, Holly M, Taylor Fulmer, Jordan Gaddis, Lynn Hurst, Steve Schultz, and Sean Davis, and Gia R. Thank you all so much for your super chats yesterday. Oh my goodness. Okay, we have a few things to talk about. This is another quick one, but we've got some very important information in here. So, and we have some super chatters today. So, Norm the Cat, thank you so much. Benjamin, thank you for your super chat. I could use a cup of coffee right now. I feel very tired, but I don't drink coffee. Dawn MH302, thank you so much for your super chat. All right. So, here we go. Last night, we all saw Monty evicted Brittany as expected. And now we have our final three. Taylor, Turner, and Monty. Congratulations to them. Such a huge accomplishment to make it to the final three. Did you guys think that this would be our final three when we started the season out? I did not. But anyway, Julie let us know that voting is now open for America's Favorite House Guest, and the winner will receive $50,000 and a cruise for two. That's fun. So that's exciting. Let me know in the chat and in the comments if you're watching this later who you voted for or who you are voting for. And then the feed stayed down for a while after the show ended because they had a lot to do. They were filming the walk down memory lane segments, and they were also doing part one of the final HOH competition, which is usually some sort of endurance comp. So the feeds came back at 11:36 p.m. Big Brother time. And the house guests were like lounging around, eating some leftovers from their celebratory final three meal. I think they were eating like some lobster and stuff. And they're talking about the competition. We find out that Turner won part one. Wow. So part one, it sounds like involved some spinning. The house guests were getting tossed around. What? Bucking? Like, okay, is this like a what's it called, mechanical bull situation where they're, it's like a bucking bronco kind of thing? I don't know. But it sounds like maybe they were hanging onto a hot dog. Haven't we seen that one before where you had to like hang on to it and then you're like moving around, like they're spinning you, but you're horizontal? You know what I'm talking about? This was also an endurance competition, and we find out it sounds like Taylor was the first one out. Yikes. So yeah, Turner, like I said, was the big winner of part one. He will be advancing directly to part three on finale night. And Taylor and Monty faced off already today in part two, which we'll get to in a little bit. And then, whoever wins that competition faces off against Turner on finale night. So a little later, Taylor and Turner are chatting while Monty's in the diary room. They're discussing jury votes. And Turner's like, man, I just have no idea who Terrence would vote for in the end. He's not like super close to any of us, like anyone more than anybody else. And Taylor says she thinks that Terrence's vote would definitely go to Monty. And I would have to agree with that. There was a time when Terrence was super close to Turner, but I feel like towards the end of his run, Terrence was the closest to Monty. So I think Monty would get his vote. Turner is just feeling like at this point, he's kind of effed with the jury, no matter who he sits next to. Yeah, I mean, judging by the jury segment that we saw last night, it doesn't look like Turner would have much support from the jurors, no matter who he's next to. Turner thinks maybe he would get Kyle. Maybe not even. We saw last night Kyle really praising Monty's game, so I feel like Kyle would vote for Monty to win. But yeah, Taylor and Turner seem to be in agreement. They don't think anyone is going to win this unanimously or by a landslide. They think it could be pretty close, no matter who's in the end. They start talking about what they think would happen if the two of them were against each other in the final two, Taylor and Turner. Taylor's saying maybe she can get Indy, Jasmine, and Brittany because they were not fans of Turner. And Turner says she would probably also have Alyssa because Alyssa is really pissed at him right now. Yeah, honestly, I think if it was Taylor and Turner in the final two, Taylor might be able to take the win there, which is pretty interesting. But I would love to see Taylor and Turner in the final two. I don't particularly want to see Monty in the top two. But anyway, Turner again is saying he feels like he would not beat Taylor or Monty in the final two. And Taylor says, "Yeah, but you guys both have stronger resumes than I do." And Turner says, "I see what you're saying, but um think about your story in here. You know, what you could present to the jurors. You have been on the block so many times. I mean, let's face it, Taylor was a house target from the very beginning and she managed to make it all this way. So if she could get into the final two, she could have a lot of support from that jury. But Taylor just doesn't see this jury, this group of people valuing her story over the guys' resumes. All right. So later on in this conversation, Taylor shares that before she left, Brittany did end up owning up to her vote from last week. Remember? Because she voted Taylor out, but pretended that it wasn't her, but like it was super obvious, at least to us anyway. Not so much to Taylor, apparently. But anyway, Turner's like, "Oh, really?" She finally admitted to it. And Taylor says, "Yeah, it was funny. You know, she was telling me that when I watch the show back, there may be some things that I hear her say or I see her do that I'm not really going to love. So I just asked her, 'Did you vote me out?' And she admitted to it." So Taylor's fine with it. I don't think she's going to be too worried about that. But Turner says he's glad that Brittany finally admitted to it. And he asks Taylor, "Did you have any doubts about me? You know, you can be honest here." And Taylor admits she did. She says she was overthinking everything. So yeah, she had doubts about Turner. And Turner's like, "All right, well, now you know." So Big Brother kept the house guests up pretty late last night doing some DR sessions. And then they woke them up early today for part two. Yikes. So they're doing this next competition on very little sleep. So we don't know what this competition was yet. Usually part two is some like combination of physical and mental. But we do know that Monty won part two. So we didn't know for like a while. It wasn't confirmed. We were just like working off of what's it called? Body language and things like that. Because Monty was all like and Taylor was all like, and then immediately went to sleep when they came back from the comp. So it didn't look like Taylor was super happy, but we do have confirmation now from Taylor that Monty won part two. So that means that Monty and Turner will compete in part three live on finale night. And Taylor can only make it to the final two if one of the guys picks her. So she's really upset about that. She doesn't have a chance to get there herself. And she's realizing her chances of winning now are very slim because even if she does make it to the final two, it's not going to look great that she would be dragged there by either Monty or Turner, right? She wasn't able to get there herself and she was really banking on that. So she's pretty upset. She was just talking about this like to the cameras a few minutes ago before we started. But other than that, the house guests have been back to sleep for a lot of the day. Hopefully, we'll get some more game conversations later, just so we can get an idea of what's going on. It will be up to either Turner or Monty to decide who will be joining them in the final two. So, if we look at that, I think Turner would probably still take Monty, but I don't know. Maybe he'll get a little bit nervous that he can't beat Monty and he'll take Taylor. That'd be fun. I'd be into that. And then Monty, he's been telling both of them that he would take them to the end. So I would not be shocked if Monty threw this competition because he didn't want to have to like break a promise to somebody. I wouldn't be that surprised, but then again, he could just go for it and do what he wants. I'd be really curious to see who he would end up taking to the end. But other than that, it looks like tonight they will be filming the jury roundtable segment, and I believe it's being hosted by Dr. Will. Yay! So that should be fun. And that's where we're at right now. So thank you all so much for watching. I would like to thank today's super chatters. Here she comes. Bowie, open the door. Who do you guys want to win this final HOH?
Oh, hi. That wasn't
Hello. That's okay. Sorry. I mean, it's late in the season. There's not a ton going on. So I want to thank today's super chatters. Norm the Cat, thank you so much. Benjamin, thank you so much. Dawn MH302, thank you so much. I was going to say Alexa. Alex Garza, thank you so much. Rachel McClung, thank you for your super chat. Becky Campbell, thank you for your super chat. Arjun writes, thank you so much. We really appreciate it. And Arjun says, thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, I'm going to miss your daily spoilers. Get some rest. Yes. Wishing you and your family happy holidays. See you next summer. Much love at ya. Much love right back at you. And it's funny that you say get some rest, because I don't know if you guys are fans of comedians in cars getting coffee, but one of my favorite episodes of that is with Carl Reiner and Mel Brooks together. And
Secure the perimeter.
Yeah, rest in peace, Carl Reiner. But they were talking about movies that they like to watch together, and they like to watch like a lot of really kind of crappy action movies. And they're always saying like, get some rest, secure the perimeter. So now Mom and I are always texting each other at the end of the night, like, just secure the perimeter, get some rest. So that makes me laugh. But anyway, that's a whole other tangent. So I want to thank you all so much for being here today. It's another short one, and we will be back tomorrow. And I think on Sunday. Usually we don't do the spoilers on Sunday, but because it's the last day, we will be there. But it is going to be earlier in the day. So yeah, I will be able to give you guys a better idea about that tomorrow. But yeah, that's where we're at. Right, Bowie? Are you excited to have a little break?
No.
Oh, Bowie loves this, so he doesn't want the break, but I need the break. So thank you all so much for being here. We'll be back tomorrow. Oh yeah, and I just want to remind you, there is an episode tonight, but we will be recapping it tomorrow because I got a thing tonight. So we will be recapping that tomorrow. So we'll see you then. And until next time, much love. Bye, everybody.